Hey guys, so today we're going to talk about last night's episode of the Vampire Diaries. I felt like last night was a very interesting episode. There were a lot of really subtle things that happened that I feel like are going to have bigger consequences the further we get into this season. So we know that Silas is walking around looking like Stefan while he's looking for Catherine, and we're still not quite sure why that is. At one point, he goes to see Elena at college. Elena, of course, thinks that it's Stefan, and so they have this little moment that was sweet. But of course, we know that it's Silas, and he is there to just kind of plant the seeds of discord. He tells her that Jeremy got expelled, and Damon's been hiding all this stuff from her, and Elena's kind of pissed. Eventually, we get that he also compels her to kill Damon. I thought it was very interesting that when we get to the point when Elena realizes that the Stefan she saw was actually Silas, and she tries to fight the compulsion, the thing that helps her to finally break that compulsion is Stefan, is her concern for Stefan and where Stefan is at. So now Elena gets that all of those kind of weird feelings that she's been having, that something was wrong with Stefan, she gets that all of those were really true, and she starts to feel a little guilty about the fact that she's been rolling around in the hay with Damon all summer, while Stefan has been someplace suffering. Let's talk about Stefan, right? Because we see him having a few little more dreams of him and Elena, and he's trying to hold on. By the end of the episode, finally Stefan is out of the water, but that's not necessarily looking like a good thing. Damon and Elena and Sheriff Forbes find the safe. They look inside and Stefan's not there, but there's a dead body there. The problem, of course, is that Stefan has been starving for months, and so now he's really, really hungry. And let's talk about the Ripper, right? Because from the previews for next week, it almost looks like they're saying the Ripper is back. And I really don't want that to be the case. I mean, I get that he would be hungry after 3 months down under the water, drowning over and over again. But I just don't want to do that whole storyline with him again, unless they are going to do something really different. I don't want to do the whole Stefan's the Ripper, and now he's going to come back from that. I just want him to get over it. While Damon is gone dealing with Stefan and Elena, Jeremy and Matt are in charge of hiding Catherine from Silas. Poor Catherine is just a freaking mess, you guys. She's sick. She's feeling all of these human kind of aches and pains that she's never experienced before. And in this episode, she actually surprised me. She actually did something that was selfless. So the boys are trying to hide her, but then Silas shows up and kills Matt, who of course is wearing the Gilbert ring. And then Silas and Jeremy square off. Jeremy was kind of a badass in this episode. I was definitely appreciating his kind of confidence. And he went after Silas like nobody's business. But in the end, Silas wins and is really about to chop Jeremy's head off when Catherine actually comes back and helps him. So I'm hoping that she's learning some lessons as a human. That would be kind of cool. Let's talk about Matt for a second and the Gilbert ring, because I got some questions, you guys. So Matt dies, and when he does, he sees Bonnie. And there was a sweet scene between the two of them as he kind of realizes that his friend is dead, and he hugs her and she's crying, and it was just kind of sad. We get that when he wakes up that he's not going to remember this, but he tells her, like, you need to let people know that you're dead. Let's talk about the Gilbert ring, because this is my issue. He's wearing the ring like it's okay. Do we not remember what happened to Alaric? Like the fact that he went all like crazy killer on everyone. I thought that part of the reason for that was because of the Gilbert ring, because he had died and come back to life too many times, and that had caused him to go a little cuckoo. So are we not going to be careful with the ring? I'm just a little concerned for Matt. We also get that Silas can't control Matt, and that's because these travelers are inside of his head. And by the end of the episode, we get that the female traveler, like her whole plan has been to kind of meet and align herself with Silas. Back at Whitmore College, let's talk about Jesse. I was so excited that he was like back on this episode. He is totally into Caroline. I think she should go for it because this man is freaking gorgeous. But I don't know that I fully trust him, and my fingers are crossed that he is not the vampire that killed their roommate. We also get kind of a hint about one of the teachers at school, Dr. Maxfield, and we get that he's gonna have something to do with Elena's dad, and that he might be involved in some sort of secret society, which would be kind of creepy. Yeah, like I said, this episode was kind of subtle. Lots of little tiny things happen, nothing major, but I feel like this season is still kind of developing itself, so I'm excited to see where we are headed. Okay guys, do not forget to subscribe. I do reviews of TVD and the originals every single week. Would love to hear your thoughts on this episode, you guys. Let me know how you felt about it down in the comment section below. Even you Delana fans, I'll even listen to you guys. Just kidding. Thanks so much for watching, you guys, and I will see you again. Bye.